Hi, everybody. Welcome for the Time for Art Hop. This is my half-hour segment. I'm the last one going on this morning, and then we'll start again later, early this evening. I'm Kathy Berg, and I'm just going to talk about some of the way I organize and give you some tips on what to do with your Roskag. So welcome, everybody. I'll give everybody a few minutes. Hi, Mary. I'll give everybody a few minutes to get here before I get started. Hey, Lori. Hi, Teresa. How's everybody today? So I'm lucky. I art from my basement. I have an unfinished basement, so I don't have to worry about making a mess on the floor or anything. And it does give me kind of unlimited space to kind of spread out with. But I have to say, no matter how much space you have, there's never enough room on your desk because everything always seems to creep in. So, good morning, Eileen. Hi, Cheryl. Devin, good to see you. Hi, She Spins. What's your first name again? I know you've been here before, but I can't remember what your first name is. Or what name do you like to go by on YouTube? Hi, Janet. Anne. Anne is going to be on later this evening sharing her organizing tips. There's Lori. Key Marie. Okay. All right, we have a few people here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my camera around and I'm going to show you where I art and what I like to keep close by. And then I'll show you some other ways, some different ways that I organize my stuff. And luckily, I had just cleaned last week, so it was pretty good timing. I was happy when Mary said that it was an organization thing because for at least a few days, my stuff's organized. So let me go and switch the camera around and I'll give you a little tour. Okay, camera. All right, we got to switch to back camera. Okay, so this is I'll try not to give you guys a roller coaster ride as we're doing this. I want to keep an eye on my messages just to make sure there's nothing. Mary's not trying to message me or anything. Okay. All right. So this is my desk area. And what I started out with, I had gotten these shelves a long time ago, over 25 years ago. And they're the type of shelf where you can just keep adding to them. So as my needs grew, I just kept adding shelves. The desk is attached to the shelf. And then I have another table that I stand on up over here. So I have the option. This is where I usually do my streaming. My camera and light and everything is hooked up here. So I have the option. I can stand up and art, or I can sit down and art. So when I'm streaming, I usually stand, and then this desk is a mess piled up with stuff. So anybody who streams know you make a mess pretty quickly. So, all right. So over here, so what I decided, I used to, have everything really organized. I would keep it in different bins and boxes and then store it away in a closet or on a shelf. But what I found out is I wasn't using my stuff because I didn't see it. And if it was somewhere inconvenient to get, I didn't want to go use it. So after I started art journaling, which was like about 10 years ago, probably about 8 years ago, I decided I needed to keep this stuff close to me that I use all the time. So that's when I started organizing with this system. I started out, I have these drawers from IKEA over here, and I keep all my acrylic paints and stuff like that right here so I can get to them easy. Ink pads are over here. Just different tools and things like that that I always use are here, so they're easy to get to. And then on my desk, I got these tiered circular storage baskets at Hobby Lobby. And this is where I keep all of my glue, my gesso, all my different texture mediums. Everything is right here. So I can see it, I can get ideas, I can just grab it. It's all easy to use. And then here I have all my paintbrushes. This serves two purposes. I use the paintbrushes and I also use them for decoration. So some of them I don't use, they just look pretty out here. So that's what I try to do. I try to incorporate my storage with decoration, and hopefully it looks nice. Here's my other computer screen, my camera and my light. I keep a little basket with containers of water ready. So if I want to paint, I can paint. And then here's my little Rolodex with some of my index cards, stuff like that. And then as I accumulated more stuff and needed more space, I got another table from IKEA and kind of added it back here. So I keep my cutter. This is mail I need to sort through, different projects I'm working on. And it just gives me a little bit more space to keep projects and stuff and kind of keep it out of my work area. Because as you all know, if your work area is messy, it's hard to get anything done. Over here, I have these units. These originally were bought as storage for my kids' toys, like games and toys and all that kind of stuff. And then as they grew up, they went off to college. They came back. The units came back, and I kind of inherited them for my storage for my art supplies and craft supplies. I have this is all my scrapbook paper. I scrapbooked a long time before I started art journaling. Scrapbooking was I found art journaling through scrapbooking, and I'm really happy that I found the art journaling. I haven't scrapbooked in a while, but I want to start again, just doing stuff for my grandkids and things like that. Then I have tons of books. These are all my magazines. I try to keep those in one place. This is what I just reorganized. I have this bookshelf, and this has a lot of my collage books that I've been collecting and some of the old books that I tear pages out of. Here's some of my ledgers that I plan to do some art journaling in. Old books, all my abandoned places that I like to do reverse collage with. And then I have these bins that are on rollers that I keep magazines and collage fodder in that I need to cut up and go through. It just kind of gets thrown in there. And then when I get to it, I'll sit and, look through if there's something I need. Over here, some more of those carts that I just pick them up as I need them. I have this kind of cut off from the rest of my basement. I keep some of my finished artwork up on the easel. What I like to do when I work on a project, I like to keep my projects in baskets. So I have these kind of baskets, and this is my home journal. And I just keep what I'm working on in here. That way, if I don't want to be down in the basement, I can bring it upstairs and work on it. This is a cute little basket. It actually comes in a cart that you get 4 baskets in the cart. It's at the Container Store, and these pull out. So what I can do is when I want to work on a project, I pull out my basket. If I'm not finished with the project, I just put it back in the cart and I can push it away. At least it's not sitting out. So that's just one tip, is keep your projects in a basket. If you don't, because I'm not one that sits down, works on a project, and then finishes it. I do, all my projects are ongoing, they're never done. So that's what works good for me. So what happened when I figured out I couldn't keep my stuff in storage drawers packed away in the closet and stuff like that, I had gotten some Roskags. And I found out that I could use the Roskags for storage, but they were easily available and I could see everything that was inside. So I started with taking my Roskag. I have one Roskag that I use for pens. And then I keep all my pens up on top. As you can see, I'm a fan of jet pens. So I have all different colored pens, stuff like that. Down on the next shelf, I have markers, and then marker sets are on the bottom. So what's nice is they're always in one place. All my pens and markers are on this cart, so I don't have to go looking in different places. That's what I had been doing before. And then what is really nice, I found out that the Roskag fits right underneath the desk that I stand on. So it's right there. All I have to do is pull it out and everything's right there. And when I'm sitting on my desk, I can see underneath and see what's here, and it gives me ideas what I can use to work on. Okay, this Roskag is for pencils. So these are just loose pencils here up on top, just different pencil sets, colored pencils, regular pencils. And then underneath, I keep my pencil sets. My Jane Davenport, Neo colors are here, and my Prismacolors, and then I have some other Artisas down here. So all my pencils, if I know I want to use pencils, it's all right here. I can flip through, see what I want to use, and I'm not hunting all over the place for it. And then the easy thing is when I put stuff away, it all goes back in one place. It's really easy to put back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will show you, I'm going to go through and show you my Roskags, and then afterwards, because I'm on my phone, so it's hard for me to read chat, I will come back and answer any questions for you. So I know Helen is there, Eileen is there, my mods are there. If you can kind of keep track of the different questions people have, and then when I'm done with the Roskags, I can answer questions for you. Okay, so that's my pencil Roskag. This is the Roskag I have for, actually my Neo colors should be here. This is like pastels, water soluble, crayons, all that kind of stuff. I keep these sets. These are all my Marabou markers I have in this this bag because I took those with me. So even when I'm going to art somewhere, it's easy. I can just grab something. I know where it is, pull it out, and everything's right here. So this one has all my pastels and water-soluble crayons and things like that. In fact, my Caran d'Ache should be over here. That's what kind of threw me when I was looking. So we have that one is for crayons and pastels. Then I have another cart, which has, this one has all my sprays. So over 10 years, I've accumulated a lot of sprays. So what I like to do, oops, I'm running into my light. I sort my sprays by product. So these are my Tim Holtz oxide sprays. I've got my Dilutions. Glitter sprays are in this container on their sides so they don't get clogged up. I have my Dina Wakley sprays are on top. Set after sprays over here. And then these are all my glimmer mists that I'm sure we've all accumulated, and they all still work. If my sprays get clogged, I just stick them I run them through soapy water, rinse them out, and they're fine. But I try to clean them after I'm done using them. If you don't, just rinse them and they should be fine. So that is my spray Roskag. And then I'll bring you over here. I have another Roskag that I use for all my watercolors and my watercolor supplies. I have my watercolor paints are at the top. And then underneath I have some watercolor journals and paper and stuff like that. And just some other supplies underneath that I sometimes use for watercolor. So it's nice. If I decide I want a watercolor, I just pull this out. Everything's in one place. I don't have to go searching for it. Okay. I do have... So, and what's nice about the Roskags, when I need more storage space, I just get a Roskag. I don't have to get another piece of furniture. I don't have to get a storage unit. The storage and where it's kept is right here. This is planner stuff that I've been accumulating. I don't really do a daily planner, but I like the daily planners and the stuff that go with them. Occasionally I keep up with them, but I do have all my planner stuff in one cart. And then two, I do use the cards and stuff for art journaling. And when I want to use something like that, I know where it is. I just go to this cart. Okay, so now the last 2 or 3 Roskags are for my acrylic paint. So my acrylic paint, I do keep the small bottles next to me so they're easily accessible. But the tubes of paint didn't fit in those drawers. And they do fit nicely on the Roskag. So I have 2 Roskags with acrylic paint. So I have my Master's Touch. I've got my Sennelier. I've got my Basics. I do have some acrylic sprays down here, some gouache. So anything I need for acrylic painting is right here. And what's nice is I can just pull this over to my desk. So yeah, so that's what I really like about this whole system is I can pull it over to my desk, work with it. When I'm done, I just push it away. It's not like I have to, go find where it is, take it out, put it back, put it away, because we all know how that works. Nothing ever gets put away. This way it's all right here and I just push it under my desk. So, and then I have one more thing to show you, which is my favorite new storage thing, which I completely stole this idea from Kimberly. Kimberly has a little basket of washi tape. So what I decided to do was I was going to do a little basket of ribbon, because I had these packs with like maybe a yard or 2 of ribbon on them. They were all in one of my drawers and it was a pain to go in and I wouldn't use them. So what I did was I took my ribbon, wrapped it around little clothespins, which I got that idea from buying lace from Johnny. And then I stuck them all in the little red wagon. So again, I have storage, but then I have like a cute little decoration for my craft room. So that's it. So now I will flip the phone back around. And then if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you. Okay. Done. Okay. So let me get out of here. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about what I have? need the names of anything. And hopefully, I hope it wasn't moving too much because I was on my phone. Oh, thanks, Jean. And I've been accumulating stuff. I was talking with Colleen the other day. Like my shelves, I got almost like 25 years ago. The original shelves I got at the Container Store. And what was nice, I could just keep adding to them. So, did I show my scrap rack? No, I did not show my scrap rack. I thought I would leave that for another time since I only have a half hour. And also, I think the way Colleen has her scrap rack set up, is actually looks nicer than mine. So I'll save that. I'll save that for Colleen. And, but that'll be another time, just because I only had a half hour. I know Colleen is nice, and I'm jealous of Colleen. Colleen actually has her upstairs. It's dedicated to her art studio, which is awesome. I'm lucky that I do have a basement. It's unfinished, which I wish it was finished, but the upside to that is I don't have to worry if I spill paint on the floor, if it gets messy. It's unfinished, so I can make a big mess. Oh, thanks, Peggy. The monitors, I had one monitor. My husband he doesn't work with computers as a living, but it's kind of a hobby for him. He's always up to date on the latest technology. So as he got new screens, I inherited his old screens because he said, oh, you can have an extra screen. You can have 2 screens. You can watch TV. So what's nice is I have 3 screens, so I can actually be streaming. I can be watching on YouTube. And then while Colleen's on full screen, I can be on my 3rd screen shopping, which can be dangerous. So, all right. So are there any more? I want to know when you'll get some more Roskags. You clearly don't have. Sophia. I know that's kind of a joke. Actually, I need you to come to I would love, I miss my calling. I wish I should have been a professional organizer. I wish that was around, 40 years ago when I graduated from college. But speaking, I do have another Roskag. It's up in my laundry room that I keep all my stuff in for my laundry room. So I think they're slowly being integrated into the rest of my house and the rest of the house. Oh, thanks, Mary. You're welcome. And thank you for asking me to join. And I hope prayers go out to Lizzie and her family. I hope everything is going good for her. And anytime you need me to step in, just give me a call if I'm free. And like I said, thank goodness I had just organized everything. So, all right. So Colleen's going to be on next. I'm not sure if she's ready yet. Oh, thank you, Carla. And most of the stuff I got at IKEA and the Container Store. Oh, and one more thing before we go. I did somewhere along the way, I used to have stuff, it was all different colors. And it was too busy for me. So at one point I did decide, okay, I have to pick a color of wood. So I went with white. You could go with white, natural, black. So I'm like, okay, any kind of wood or container I get is going to be white. And then I pick kind of like a turquoise for my accent color. So that way, to me, I'm more of a monochromatic. I store my stencils. Helen is determined to get me to show where I store my stencils. Really quick, I'll show you where I store my stencils, and then we'll go to Colleen's. Okay, I store my stencils in a scrap rack system, and I do have it on one of these carts with wheels, which I can keep over on the other side of my basement. Oops. And then I roll it over to my desk. And let's see if I can do this without flipping the camera. So it's like a binder system. And I have my stencils and my stickers from my scrapbooking days over to the other side. But like I said, and this is on a card, and I do have my stamps underneath. But this is something that Colleen should really show you because hers is set up really nice with the scrap rack. And again, it's another thing you can keep expanding on. And being on wheels, I can roll it away to another part of my basement and just pull it up when I need it. So, alrighty. So I think that's it. Unless anybody has any more questions. Thank you, Helen, Eileen, my mods, for answering questions and stuff because I really couldn't watch chat. And I'll see everybody over at Colleen's. Bye.